This is the Blackmagic cinema camera. Can you talk about what led you here and tell us all the neat stuff?
Yeah, I'm an old telecine engineer, of course. So, I used to fix telecines back in the '90s. So I've always kind of known why film gave you quality, and it was when you think about what gives you good film-looking pictures, it's higher than HD resolution. Well, higher than SD resolution it was in the '90s, but higher resolution, wide dynamic range, so you can get all the detail in blacks, get all the detail as whites, and also color correction. If you do all those three things, you get something that looks cinematic. It looks really like film. And the problem I think with a lot of video cameras is they just, particularly the ones that are getting high resolution, they're just really high-res video cameras. They look like video. They clip the detail on the black, they clip the detail on the white, and what you get is you just don't get anything color grade properly. Obviously, most cameras are just high definition, so they don't really anti-alias very well. You can see aliasing and things, and fine details not handled well. So what we really wanted to do is do a higher resolution camera that's got wide dynamic range, and it's got all the accessories and everything built in. We've already got DaVinci, so we can include that, and that's what really generated this product. Now I've got the handles on this, so obviously those handles are an optional accessory.
Here, normally, I'll hold the mic.
Yeah, okay.
You could,
Normally, you get it and you hold it like that, and it's designed to be sort of handheld. It's got the reason we've designed it like this is because we've got a touch screen in the back. So if you tap the screen, you get what we call a slate, and this is where you can type in information, and that gives you the metadata into the file. So instead of using a slate, you can auto-increment the shot number, and every time you record, it auto-increments. If you know that take 5's the go take, you can then just go and search for that in Final Cut or whatever, and it'll come up. So it makes that all automatic, and if you touch that text there, it works like a smartphone, so you can just type away. And then you hit enter, and then you've updated the text. So you can update pretty much everything, and that really, in some ways, we wanted the screen on the back to be a prime part of the product, give you a nice big screen to focus on, but also we can type in metadata in there and handle that. And no one does metadata on a camera. It's quite frustrating, The other thing we wanted to do is we put an SSD disk in the side. It's a solid machined aluminum design. It's got an SSD on the side, so we can record the high bandwidth from the sensor. We've got a 2.5K sensor, 13 stops of dynamic range. We want to record that in Cinema DNG files as RAW. So we do that, and we get everything from the sensor. It's awesome. And of course, you can also record in high definition, ProRes and DNX HD. So if you want files that are directly compatible with nonlinear editing systems, you can do that too. You get 5 hours of recording on the one SSD. It's awesome.
Wow.
The door will rust shut by the time you need to change the disk. And the other thing we did is we're really tired of all these weird custom cables and things. It seems like everyone who does a camera does strange connectors. So we've got audio connectors that are just quarter-inch jack connectors like the audio industry use.
Okay.
We've got an SDI connector on the side, which has got overlays and details about shutter angle and ASA settings. And we've even got Thunderbolt on the side.
Nice.
So we've got Thunderbolt built into the camera, so it comes with Ultrascope software. If you want scopes on set, just plug your laptop into the Thunderbolt port, and you've got scopes right there hanging off the side of the camera. So it's awesome, You got all the detail there. Of course, you got the usual camera settings on the back. You can just slide controls. We've also, another thing we found is that auto iris and auto focus can get out of control. So we want to control over that. We wanted to actually take charge of auto iris and focus. So we've got a focus and iris button on the side. When you push those, you get overlays. Sorry, you get peaking on there, but we will control the lens later. Iris automatically sets the iris in the lens here. So it sets it to not clip white.
And what kind of lenses can you use?
You can use any Canon mount lens. That's a standard Canon lens. That's the sensor and everything through the guts there.
Nice.
We control the lens. You can just drop it on and then click it in. You can use, it's compatible with Canon EF mount lenses or Zeiss ZF mount lenses, the really big ones. So
how much does it weigh?
it's about 1.5 kilograms. I'm not sure what that is in pounds. It's not that heavy. It's very small for a cinema camera, but it's a bit heavier than a video camera. But it is solid machined aluminum with these bolt holes on the top, so it's got quite a bit of strength to be able to handle accessories.
Right.
You can obviously get these custom handles to give it a bit more of a kind of masculine feel, but there's also a sunshade on the back to give it a bit of a studio feel. So
But
obviously the big question, of course, that is probably worth answering is why 2.5K? And the reason for that is that we felt if we went any bigger than that, we couldn't record it uncompressed. We'd have to start compressing it. We really wanted to have uncompressed, raw, and obviously you've got to be able to record the sensor resolution. And we don't think 2.5K gives us the anti-aliasing look in the film look that we need. Going much more than that doesn't really help you when you're working in high definition. Obviously, it works in 1080. That's what you're kind of working towards. Nothing's broadcast in 4K or anything like that. What we're all broadcasting in is high def. So what we're really looking for is high enough resolution to give us awesome looking HD pictures and the ability to reframe shots and everything, but not so much that we then had to start using heavy compression, or we couldn't do it inside the camera. We had to have external accessories. This comes with everything. You got the SSD recorder, the connectors, the screen, everything. You don't have to buy anything. There's no like 20 grand worth of accessories or anything like that. So we felt that was kind of the way it kind of dictated the design. It was a kind of, looking at all these different aspects, and that kind of condensed this out to this design.
All of the storage is internal then.
It is,
that
yeah.
kind of
On the side
dictates
there.
the resolution as well. It's not as if you're plugging in for external storage for different resolutions.
No,
or
I
anything.
mean, they're all standard file formats. It's Cinema DNG for RAW, which is the Adobe format, which is used on Resolve and everything. Obviously, it comes with Resolve. And then ProRes and DNX HD for Final Cut, Avid, people like that. So
But you said obviously, so it comes with Resolve.
it does come with DaVinci Resolve. So for $3,000, you get DaVinci Resolve and Ultrascope.
What's the value of that? Throwing the
DaVinci Resolve, the full version's $1,000.
$1,000.
And the Ultrascope is about $700 or $800, I think. So you get that with it.
A lot of value.
And this is under 3K.
Yeah, 2,995. Yeah.
When will it be available?
Around about July. We've got a few little bits and pieces we're cleaning up here and there. Plus, we've got to get the Thunderbolt certified and a few things like that. So just the usual production issues, stuff like that. So
There's a lot of the cinema cameras being introduced or existing. Where do you see this in that ecosystem?
My feeling is it's like I love the Canon 5D. I think that's an awesome camera. The guys when they did that at Canon, I don't think they really quite realized what they're doing. It revolutionized video. It's an awesome camera. And 75% of people coming into our poster facility in Singapore were using 5D. So what I really want to do is something complementary to that. Something you can add to your 5D kit. So when you buy a 5D, you get a great camera, and it's really good because it produces very video-looking images. But then if you want to do something more cinematic, you can add this. You can use the same lenses you've already got. That's a lens off a 5D. You can add this body, and then you've got really that now a much wider creative capability. And plus you're adding DaVinci, you're adding things like that. So you've really got quite a nice, video optimized product that gives you really filmic looking pictures. And I'm hoping people can use a real film look on things that they wouldn't have done before, like weddings and corporate videos, even school sports or stuff like that. But obviously the usual TV commercials and independent films and things like that is the normal market for something like this. But it really is surprising the number of people are using Canon 5Ds, and I think that we really wanted to try and complement that and add something that didn't really exist. We don't want to go making some attack type product. We'll make some $30,000 film, mega number of pixels or whatever. It's just not interesting. We wanted to really make something unique that kind of solved the problems we immediately had, that let a lot more people get that film look. We've got a lot of people using DaVinci, but they're not getting any pictures they can grade. All the pictures from video cameras have got the whites clipped off and the blacks clipped off. It's really frustrating. It's quite hard to really do anything with those pictures. If we can retain the detail in black and white, then you can then clip where you want to clip it. And you've got time when you're in a nice room to really make those creative decisions when you've got time.
Is this considered a working prototype, almost
it
finished?
functions. That's all working.
It is, yeah. How many of them are there? Is this one of one, or?
No, there's about, I think we've got about 20 of them or something like that.
Wow. Okay.
You need a lot on the booth, right? And plus we've got other ones in back rooms and things like every engineer's got one on his desk because he's pottering away with the software.
Excellent.
I mean, you've got a lot of technologies now, the touch screen alone, with all the settings, and you've got engineers working on those, you've got engineers working on sensor stuff, you've got engineers working on the SSD. So there's quite a lot of different engineering groups working on the product itself.
Yeah, very exciting.
I mean, it's funny, even industrial design guys spent literally days getting the sound of that right.
Yeah.
Because it's a thin aluminum plate, so they didn't want to make it sound cheap and tacky, so they just had to work to get the sound right. So it had a nice snap to it, and all that. So it's just really fun. It's been a lot of enjoyment, really watching even the polish on the camera strap things, and just little things like that. It's been a lot of fun. It's a refrigerated sensor too, so it's got a fan in the bottom that actually keeps the unit cool. It doesn't really need it, but the sensor's refrigerated to get that extra low noise floor.
Yeah.
So it's quite a lot in it. There's actually a lot more in it in some ways than you're going to notice.
Very
But
exciting.
that's the trick, isn't it? If you can try and hide a lot of that technical stuff, then people can use it much more creatively. They think about it creatively and they do creative stuff with it. Who knows where people are going to put these,
Yeah.
So
Anywhere, really.
yeah, it's exciting.
It's amazing, and for a very affordable price, which is sort of what you guys have become known for.
Yeah, it's something that's important. I mean, my feeling about price is obviously we want to make great products, and some products aren't very low cost. I mean, DaVinci panels and things like that, they can be quite expensive because they've got a lot of premium parts in them. But really, in some ways, we're always trying to push that boundary as much because we know that we didn't really have any money when we were younger. The better we can do on that, the better we are, and it kind of forces us to stay efficient. We don't get fat and lazy and I mean, my feeling is if we're going to be double the size of a company, we should be doing twice as incredible stuff. We just should be, people should see that from us. when people buy our product, they vote for us. So let's make sure we reward them by doing even more awesome stuff. It's our job. It's our duty. And a lot of people don't focus like that. We do. It's fun. I mean, our customers have by buying our product over the years, have given us the privilege to be able to make this, and we've had an awesome time.
Cool.
Well, it's fantastic, and people were walking by staring at it. So you're going to be a busy man the next couple. Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So you're going to be a busy man.
I haven't had a chance to see it in front of the booth yet. So it's funny.
Well, enjoy it. It's
worries.
it's wonderful.
Cool.
Grant Petty, Blackmagic. Thanks so much.
Stay
We'll be
tuned.
right back.